Hey everybody, and welcome back to another severe storm thermal weather forecast. Listen, I got a really important update for you guys this evening on many storm systems that are going to impact the country over the course of the next coming week or so. So without further ado, we got to get right into it here. Tomorrow evening, there's going to be another storm system across the Great Lakes region with some moderate to heavy snow accumulations generally across this general area, with the potential for some heavy rain, flooding, and severe weather down here on the southern end of the storm. And then as that storm begins to lift off towards the north, we become dry for a lot of the country. It's like Mother Nature gave us loving weather for Valentine's Day per se. But in the West Coast, we are going to be tracking an atmospheric river that is going to be impacting pretty much the entirety of the West Coast, and that is going to be causing some issues. So sorry for Valentine's Day, people over there in the western United States. Not going to be the best day of days. But as we head in towards the weekend, the East Coast turn again to get another storm system. You can see showing heavy snow on the northern end of the storm system. And then the track is going to be very crucial here, but the models are definitely, at least the ensemble models here, what we're looking at here is getting a good idea that we could see maybe some rain, some heavy rain, some thunderstorms, maybe some severe weather kicking off on Saturday morning. But go Saturday afternoon, go figure, more severe weather potential down here in the south. Potentially an outbreak could be not out of the question there, with a winter storm still lingering in the northeast. Where that sets up again depends on how far north or south the extent of the low makes. And then as we head into Sunday, we get a secondary low to punch in here. Very impactful winter storm wrapping around on the backside of that. Could have blizzard conditions all the way from Kentucky all the way back into the northeast. Definitely something to keep an eye on there. Lingering severe weather threat, or at least thunderstorm threat, for areas of Alabama and Georgia. And then as we take this out, we get a little bit of a break before our next storm system begins to assemble as we head in towards the middle part of next week. And it's showing the potential, at least a little bit of confidence down here, higher than normal for areas of Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas, maybe to get a snow event out of this. Could we see a snow event down here as we head in towards middle next week? I don't know about that far south, but we could definitely have a snow event in this general vicinity. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on, and definitely something that's definitely not out of the question here. No big severe threat as of right now, but that could obviously change in later forecasts. Just some rain as it looks right now. Let's hope it stays that way. And then as we really head beyond this time frame, things become very uncertain. However, it is looking very active over the course of the next week or so. And that was the Euro ensemble we just took a look at here. Now let's take a look at basically the GFS ensemble, all right? So you can see there's that storm as we head into the day tomorrow as it affects the Great Lakes region. All the models are in agreement on that, and that moves out as we head into Valentine's Day. And then as we head in towards the weekend, a little bit more spread on how far south, again, this low goes, but a winter storm is possible anywhere really in that circle region there. So definitely be watching if I just circled you. And then as we head into Sunday, all the models are literally concerningly in agreement that we could have blizzard conditions all the way from the northeast back into the Ohio Valley region, with a pretty potent severe weather threat on the GEFS, at least in the way of heavy rain. We'll see if that verifies as we head into Sunday. I think Saturday is going to be the bigger day, but we can definitely see that lingering into Sunday here. And then we hit this winter storm as we headed towards middle of next week, all right? This is when the models really start to diverge, all right? There's a lot of uncertainty whoever gets snow, all right? This is very low confidence snow areas, all right? There could be snow possibly is the key word, from the Central Plains back up into the Northeast around this time frame. But again, the low could easily shift a few 100 miles north, or it could even shift slightly north, or it could shift a few 100 miles southward even, and there could be a snowstorm down here that in extreme cases, but it could likely shift slightly southward in the coming runs. So definitely something to keep an eye on there. But like I said, overall, the models are really spread out as we head beyond that time frame. So again, the trend is just going to be a very active weather pattern, again, over the course of the next week for much of the country, especially the eastern half. And taking a look at your snowfall accumulations from now until February 26th, all right? Obviously, this will begin to shift on future runs, but a general plethora here of potentially up to a foot of snow in some areas, maybe 2 feet of snow in these redder areas there up into Canada there could potentially definitely see that, but this just generally gives you the general basically view of where the heaviest snow is going to be and where those storm systems will set up. All right, so the trend is basically on the northern end of any really storm system with cold air, which there's going to be a lot of storm systems with cold air. There's going to be some heavy snow on the northern end and some severe weather and stuff on the southern end. So that's how it's going to pan out. And yes, all the locations are definitely going to be very uncertain for where the heaviest snow and stuff falls. But I mean, wherever the whoever gets on the southern end of these storms or the warmer end of these storms, I mean, you could have the potential for heavy rain, flooding, severe weather. You have the mixed bag down here, and in the middle, wherever those lows track, that's where you could have those ice events, which we're likely not going to see this weekend because we're likely not going to see much of an overrunning event. But we could definitely see an ice event in wherever that low tracks. Maybe if we get a major winter storm to track up the East Coast. But again, that's very uncertain at this time. But that's all I got for you guys. I'm Severe Storm Filmer. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this short update. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night.